Hi, I'm Peter Birch and welcome to my channel, CrittaCam. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you can continue to join the adventure. Today, with all this negativity in the world, I reckon let's do something positive. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Welcome to CrittaCam. With so much negativity in the world, guys, let's get some positivity going. Let's head into the ant's nest and check out some cool animals. Because today I'd like to talk about something very close to my heart, dirt snakes. But more importantly, I want to talk about a particular type of dirt snake, the T-positive gene in children's pythons, and all the dirt snakes really is starting to appear. Now these guys are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I don't know about you, but they definitely turn the dirt snake into this nice yellow and orange looking animal with these big, beautiful purple hues all down the body. Now these guys are absolutely spectacular. Originally the initial animals were found in the Mount Isa area, and they were brought into captivity back in the mid-90s, only to have no other than Barker and Barker, Tracy and Dave Barker, look at these animals, particularly in Australia, and make the decision that it is a genetic trait, basically a straight genetic trait. Because most Australians didn't know that any genetics or morphs existed in the world apart from locality cool looking animals, and we were working with that lot of stuff for a long time, and through that we did a lot of polygenics, which was line breeding. In other words, we produced some of the better looking animals from the better looking animals, and we just continued to go down that line. Now we've got the wonders of genetics, where basically you can take a genetically filled animal like this, put it to another individual and produce more of these babies, or if you want to outcross, you can put them to wild types, producing hets or lots of different things. So it could be straight recessive, could be codom, such as the Jags, where you only need one particular adult to produce more of the looking babies and zebs in carpets, or you have dominant genes which don't really pop up in the Australian animals just yet, but I'm sure they're out there, guys. Now let's have a close look at some of these cool looking T-positive children's pythons. Now this guy is pretty light, you've got to admit that, very light indeed, absolutely gorgeous little creature. And I mean, look at those purple hues down the side there. Oh, that is gorgeous. Now we're lucky enough because I've got a bit of variety amongst them. So we're going to pull out this girl next to this boy, and we can see a difference straight away. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Very much a big difference in colorations right there. Now this particular female doesn't have the majority of purple hues down the side of her body, but they're very faint indeed. Now we're lucky to see those. That is pretty cool. She's more of a granity looking sort of animal compared to him. Now one of the cool things that I did back in the earlier days when I first got these guys, because I did have quite a substantial collection of dirt snakes. That's right, my snakes in all shades of brown, blacks, and all sorts in between. I was able to outcross them to create some absolutely amazing animals, and they don't always want to play. They don't always want to get out of the box. Come and say hello, but here we are. Here's another guy. Now look at the dark sort of blotching all over this guy. It's a little bit different once again. And I'm going to say hello. He's saying, come on guys, don't be so sad. It is a sad time in the world at the moment, and what's it mean for reptile keepers? Who knows? Who knows where we're going to go with this? Hopefully we can all stick it out and come out smelling like roses. That's the hope. Now, where is this little girl? This is beautiful little girl. And this, I just want to show you, is one extreme to the other in these particular animals, the T-positive children's pythons. Look at this. So we have a super light female, and contrasting that is this darker looking one. And as you can see, they still have those purple hues down the sides, but one's background colour is much paler than the other one's a lot darker. Now what's going on there? Well, there's a specific locality of children's pythons called Elcho Island. So funny enough, they come from Elcho Island off the top of the Northern Territory, and they're quite dark animals. just genetically dark animals all over. So what I did is I took some of those bad boys and put them to a T+ and crossed them out and produced some of these really dark looking T+ children's. I guess it's not everyone's cup of tea. Most people prefer the really light ones, but this guy here is absolutely pretty cool. So the whole idea is outcrossing, creating genetically stronger animals and producing something weird and something different. Now, one of the other things that started to pop up in later years with a lot of this genetics works or genetic interest with the ants, the dirt snakes, is we found something like this. Now, a guy called Colin Ray in Victoria actually had 2 wild type animals and they produced individuals that look like this. Now, absolutely drop dead gorgeous animals. This guy's name is Cheese, amply named Cheese, as you can see. He is named a T+ Stimson's python. I really think the naming is a little bit off on these guys. That no lavenders, but very yellow and very orange contrasts indeed. Now, almost simultaneously, another locality gave up some fruits as well, which was this guy right here. As you can imagine, juggling snakes by yourself is a little bit difficult. So this guy here. So there's a guy in Queensland working with these. His name is Dave Evans, and he's doing some really great work. There again, maybe not a true T+ as such. A little bit weird, a little bit different. Another Stimson's python. These guys are actually from Western Australian locality. And when we compare the two together, they sort of look a little bit similar, but when you put the two together, they look nothing alike. 2 completely different looking animals. That's what I think. Now, if we want to contrast or put them next to some T+ children's, we can do that also. Now, the T+ gene hasn't naturally occurred in the spotted pythons, the largest of all the antareges, just yet, but I'm sure it will. So here's all 3 types of T+ available to a hobbyist. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I really hope everyone gets a little bit more positive with all this negativity going around and this horrible disease. Make sure to stay home, stay safe. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching CrittaCam. Stay safe.